Alrighty, so I am heading back down to see the guys at ADMOFAB. It's been a few days since the last visit with the camera. From what I can understand, and I'm sure you'll see in a minute, the guys have done a fair bit of work. We're aiming to have the car back in about, I think it's like 7 or 8 more working days. Which puts us right in line to have, or to be on target for the event that we're trying to do, which is good. So I'm looking forward to seeing the progress shortly. Something I need to make sort of clear at this point as well, not that it's a problem, and I'm not really fuss or care what other people think, but I've had a few comments made since we've started this that people don't like this and people don't like that. Well, you know, I'm not building it for you or them, I'm building it for me and what my goal is. So what this is going to be, as previously mentioned, is a 90s period style Pro Street build. So I know it isn't going to suit everybody. I know that, and I'm not fast. It's not for you, it's for me. And I want to have some fun. I mean, anyone can build a car nowadays. Depends on the size of your cash book or the size of your checkbook, or you know how much cash you got in your pocket. It doesn't matter. I'm building this for me, and this is the way that I want to do it. So it's going to be fun, it's going to be funky, it's going to be different. So please keep that in mind. I've got some plans of some stuff to do, as you know, in the final week of assembly for the car. That is probably where most of you guys, or a lot of you guys, or some of you guys will start to criticise what I've done. And you know, I'm not fussed. That's your prerogative, that's your call. I haven't built the car for you, I've built it for me. This is something that this entire street machine modification scene needs to understand. Just because you don't like it, bad luck. The person that owns the car, person that built the car, does. It's what they wanted. So we need to stop bagging people out because you don't like it or I don't like it. Something that I've always done is, you know, appreciate the work that people have done to their car. It's their taste, it's their flavour, it's their style. Good on them. You know, there's a lot of things that I see with cars that, you know, don't interest me, but that's cool. I don't criticise or bag that person out because of their choices, and that's one of the things that this industry, or this whole scene, needs to change. But anyway, off with the serious bullshit. So we'll check it out. We'll run around the car again and see where it's at, and yeah, we'll get on with the next stage of the build. So enjoy. Okay, so I'm heading back down to the guys at ADMOFAB. Haven't been here for a couple of days. Andy and Damo have been working hard onto the Torana just to get it to the point that we need, and yeah, you know, so we can meet our deadline. So yesterday he was working on the diff, getting that set up, all the suspension arms and all that sort of gear, and putting the diff and tyres and wheel combo through its suspension arc to make sure we don't have any issues with fouling or anything like that. And we came up with a problem. Now this isn't an unknown problem, it's something that's sort of known, however not to me, but that's all right, I've now learnt it. That the 275/60 drag radials fit fine at sort of, you know, right height and compression, but as soon as you go through droop, the tyres will touch the lower rear wheel arch and front lower of the sill panel, which obviously isn't cool. We don't want to have that issue, you know, just in case anything ever happened. Hate to destroy a tyre or, you know, anything like that because of a look. So we've had to make a decision, and I've had to make it begrudgingly because I didn't want to, but we've dropped down to a 255 60 drag radial now, so that gives us 1 inch less of width and 1 inch less of tyre diameter, so that will help to no end with the clearance. I didn't want to cut the guards of the car just to get the tyre in. I didn't want to have to start doing panel work and paint, because that can just open up another whole world of issues and problems and money and time and all the stuff that we don't have on this build. So I'm just heading down there now to grab the 275s and the rims. I've got the 255s in the back. I'll buzz them around to one of the tyre guys. We'll quickly get those swapped over and back just so we can do the final setup, checks, make sure everything works through its full range of suspension travel, and yeah, get that sorted out so Andy can get the diff knocked off and finished today. That way on Monday he can spend the rest of the day just doing the final tidy ups and getting everything sorted out, getting the coilovers final mounted, and keeps us in the timeline that we've got. So we've got basically, including today, it's 6 more working days to have it all buttoned up. So it's getting close. We're still pretty well there. We're not really behind, but time's getting close to the end. So anyway, we'll get onto this and stay tuned. So they're the 275s. We're going to swap them to the 255s, and that'll give us enough room. So, what do you know? We've got the Torana back. The guys down at ADMOFAB have done a smashing job, of course, as you'd expect from guys that know their stuff. I had the car for just under 3 weeks, or just on 3 weeks, and I've done the back end and it's cracker. It sits right, it looks fat. But anyway, you've seen a lot of that video. We'll go a little bit more into that with this segment, but this is just more about, so we've got it back and the next stage of what we're trying to do. Oh, how good is this thing underneath here? Anyway, so currently We've got a factory cross member there, good old Trimatic. And there's no headers, no pipes, nothing. So we've actually got the guys from Pacemaker. They're just wanting to look at a good car and update their Torana old school 308 Extractors. So we were chatting with them about some pipes for this, and then they want to update. So anyway, here they are. So they've brought down some of the original prototype and samples of the 5 litre Torana Extractors. So these are, you know, 30 plus years old. So yeah, so they want to just go over and double check, see if they can improve them. And of course, this is the car we're going to do. So they've been through once, and we've made a couple little mods to the new pipes, and they're off getting those done now. So I think early next week we'll have those back. We haven't changed the engine mount, so everything at the moment is still all factory OEM setup, which is really cool. So it's good to be able to help those guys. Another local South Australian business, which is excellent. At the same time, whilst it's up in the air, we are just starting to button up the rear. So the diff is out at the moment. It's being having the centre built. So we ended up going some 411s, full spool. So because we've gone floaters, we don't need to worry about axles too much. They're up there being done as well. So we'll get it back hopefully early next week, and we'll be able to slip the diff straight back in, and the diff will be built. The tail shaft is at GJ Drivelines at the moment. I'm expecting that back next week as well. So we've just modified the tail shaft to suit the new Borg Warner, and that way we just get the flange changed and everything else sort of works a treat with it. Otherwise, up in the car, not that you can see much, but I'll lower it in a second and you'll see where we're at there. Yeah, so as I was saying, inside the car, not really a lot to look at. Tubs are all pretty painted, tail shaft tunnel all been moulded back into shape. Obviously a new tunnel put in just to lift it up. Because I wanted the car so low, we've had to raise the tunnel about 3 inches to get tail shaft clearance and pinion angles and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, otherwise in there is really sort of dull and boring. I don't really think we've seen the boot all painted. Yeah, you can't really see a lot because it's dark, and excuse the counterweights. Yeah, you can't really see much there, but the tubs look great. They've all they sort of look like factory, just nice smooth edge tubs. All painted again in the boot, so it all looks excellent. Engine bay wise, yeah, look, nothing's changed. It's still the stocky. Obviously we've got the, as we said earlier, extractors or manifolds off of it, and we're just waiting on the new pipes and stuff to come. We do have a new master to go on to, one that'll suit the disc brake rear instead of the drum brake rear. So that'll be going on next week. But yeah, look, we're a hell of a lot closer. We've still got a lot of work to do. So as I was saying, we've still got a lot of work to do. But you know, we'll get there. We've got 2 weeks, so all of next week and all of the week after to have the car finished. Is it achievable? Provided everything goes to plan and the scheduling remains, we'll be right on the money. We hope. But anyway, stay tuned. There'll be another video, which will be the final video on the car, hopefully, of the build at least, and then see how it goes. I hope you are liking it so far, and yeah, can stay tuned and follow some more. Anyway guys, as earlier, subscribe, like the channel, leave a comment below, anything you think or whatever, to let us know. All right, see ya.